Hello, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving deep into the world of Seiko, one of the most storied and beloved watch brands on the planet. From capable everyday tool watches to icons that rival Swiss giants at a fraction of the price, Seiko has consistently delivered extraordinary timepieces across every segment of the market. Whether you're brand new to mechanical watches or a seasoned collector with a full watch box, there's a Seiko that belongs on your wrist. So today, we're counting down 10 of the absolute best Seiko watches ever made. Pieces that define what this legendary Japanese manufacturer is all about. Let's get into it. Number 10. Seiko Prospex SPB143J1. The Seiko Prospex SPB143J1, a modern diver that wears its heritage proudly without living in the past. This watch is part of Seiko's Save the Ocean campaign and its striking blue-green turtle case shape, a silhouette fans have loved for decades, is paired with a beautifully textured dial that mimics the look of ocean depths. At 45 mm, it's a substantial presence on the wrist, and 200 meters of water resistance means it's no display piece. Inside beats the caliber 6R35, delivering a class-leading 70-hour power reserve, exceptional for a diver in this range. The day-date complication adds everyday practicality, while the Hardlex crystal keeps things scratch-resistant and robust. If you want a Prospex that makes a statement without shouting, the SPB143J1 is one of the finest entry points into the Seiko dive watch universe. The Seiko Prospex SPB143J1 retails for approximately $550 USDT. Number 9. Seiko Presage Sharp Edged SPB169. We have the Seiko Presage Sharp Edged Series SPB169. And this watch is a genuine revelation in what Seiko's design team is capable of when they push their creativity to the limit. Inspired by the traditional Japanese art of kiriko, a style of cut glass craftsmanship, the dial of the SPB169 is nothing short of breathtaking. The faceted pattern catches light in an almost kaleidoscopic way, shifting from deep blue to brilliant silver depending on the angle. The sharp geometric case shape echoes that same precision and intentionality. Every line has a purpose. Powering it is the accurate and reliable 6R55 movement with a 45-hour power reserve. On a stainless steel bracelet with impeccably finished alternating surfaces, this watch competes directly with Swiss dress watches costing 2 or 3 times as much. The Seiko Presage Sharp Edged SPB169 is proof that Japanese haute horology is very much alive and extraordinary. The Seiko Presage Sharp Edged SPB169 retails for approximately $800 USD. Number 8. Seiko Alpinist SRP777. The most beloved and sought-after Seiko references of all time, the Alpinist SRP777. Originally produced for Japanese mountaineers, the Alpinist carries a sense of purpose and rugged elegance that few watches can match. The deep hunter green sunburst dial with its cathedral hands and applied markers is simply iconic. The kind of design that becomes instantly recognizable in any watch collection. The internal rotating compass bezel and crown at 4 o'clock configuration give it a quirkiness that collectors absolutely adore. Powered by the dependable 6R15 movement with a 50-hour power reserve, it runs reliably day after day. Though now discontinued, the SRP777 commands a passionate following on the secondary market, and for good reason. It is one of the most characterful, perfectly realized tool watches Seiko ever produced. If you can find one at a fair price, do not hesitate. The Seiko Alpinist SRP777 is available pre-owned for approximately $700–900 USD. Number 7. Seiko Marinemaster SPBDX001. We enter the upper tier of Seiko's catalog with the legendary Marinemaster SPBDX001, a watch that was built without compromise for the demands of professional saturation diving. With a staggering 300 meters of water resistance housed in a 44.3 mm steel case, the Marinemaster is a technical tour de force. The unidirectional bezel with its distinctive coin-edge grip and the thick screw-down crown at 4 o'clock telegraph serious tool watch intent. The caliber 8L35 inside is an in-house automatic with a 50-hour power reserve, beautifully finished for a piece designed to go deep underwater. The dial, available in classic black or a deep rich blue, is a model of clarity and legibility, with bold, luminous markers that perform brilliantly in low-light conditions. The Marinemaster SPBDX001 has been a benchmark professional diver for years and remains one of the most respected watches Seiko has ever produced. The Seiko Marinemaster SPB101 retails for approximately $3,500 USD. Number 6. Seiko Presage Cocktail SRPB43. The Seiko Presage Cocktail Time SRPB53, a watch that proves elegance and affordability are not mutually exclusive. The Cocktail Time series draws its inspiration from the world of classic bartending, and the SRPB53 in particular features a stunning ombre dial that shifts from deep midnight blue at the edges to a brilliant sparkling center, reminiscent of a perfectly mixed cocktail catching the light. The applied hour markers and hands are finely crafted, and the overall dial presentation is genuinely luxurious in appearance. A Hardlex crystal, solid stainless steel case, and a 42-hour power reserve from the reliable 4R35 movement round out a package that simply has no right to look this good at its price. Worn on a leather strap, the SRPB53 is the perfect companion for dinners, weddings, and every occasion in between. The Seiko Presage Cocktail SRPB53 retails for approximately $350 USD. Number 5. Seiko Prospex LX SNR025. The Seiko Prospex LX SNR025, one of the most distinctive and purposeful dive watches Seiko has ever created. Part of the prestigious Prospex LX line, the SNR025 is constructed from a striking combination of black ion-plated titanium and high-grade ceramic, giving it an unmistakably premium, almost stealth-like appearance. The bold graphic dial with its large luminous markers is optimized purely for underwater legibility, while 200 meters of water resistance handles real diving with ease. The spring drive movement inside, one of Seiko's most remarkable achievements, uses a mechanical mainspring regulated by an electromagnetic glide wheel to achieve accuracy rivaling quartz, all with the sweeping seconds hand motion of a fine mechanical. The result is a watch that is simultaneously a cutting-edge piece of engineering and a head-turning statement piece. The Seiko Prospex LX SNR025 retails for approximately $2,500 USD. Number 4. Seiko 5 Sports SRPB51. We give full credit to the watch that has introduced more people to mechanical watchmaking than perhaps any other, the Seiko 5 Sports SRPB51. This is the iconic Blue Lagoon reference, featuring a vivid electric blue dial with contrasting orange accents and a stainless steel bracelet that looks far more expensive than it has any right to. The 4R36 automatic movement inside provides hand-winding and hacking, features rarely seen at this price point, while the day-date display adds practical, everyday functionality. Water resistance to 100 meters and a solid, well-proportioned 42.5 mm RS make this a genuinely capable sports watch. But more than the specs, it's the energy and personality of the SRPB51 that makes it special. It's just fun. It's the kind of watch that makes you want to check the time, and that's a quality that money can't always buy. The Seiko 5 Sports SRPB51 retails for approximately $275 USD. Number 3. Seiko Prospex Sumo SPB101 J1. The bronze medal goes to one of Seiko's most celebrated modern dive watches, the Prospex Sumo SPB101 J1. Named after the sumo wrestler silhouette suggested by its cushion-shaped case, the Sumo is a watch of imposing presence and exceptional build quality. The SPB101 J1, the JDM Made in Japan edition, elevates everything. Better movement finishing on the caliber 6R35 inside, a full 70-hour power reserve, and sapphire crystal on both the front and the exhibition caseback, where you can admire the movement in all its glory. The deep blue sunburst dial with applied markers is utterly classic, and the solid end links on the bracelet give it a seamless, integrated look. At 200 meters of water resistance, this is a professional-grade dive watch with dress watch finishing sensibilities. The Seiko Prospex Sumo SPB101 J1 represents one of Seiko's finest achievements in modern dive watch design. The Seiko Prospex Sumo SPB101 J1 retails for approximately $800 USD. Number 2. Grand Seiko SPGA221 Snowflake. We arrive at what many consider to be one of the most beautiful watches ever made at any price, the Grand Seiko SPGA211, affectionately known as the Snowflake. The dial of this watch is not printed, not applied. It is handcrafted from pure white textured lacquer, inspired by the snow-covered birch forests of Shinshu, Japan, where the watch is assembled by Grand Seiko's master craftsmen. The result is a dial with an incredible depth and luminosity that changes with every movement, every shift of light. The titanium case is finished using the Zaratsu polishing technique, a method of hand polishing that produces distortion-free mirror surfaces unique to high-end Japanese watchmaking. Inside beats a spring drive movement. Caliber 9R65 with its legendary gliding seconds hand and accuracy to within 1 second per day. The Snowflake is a watch of profound artistry and technical mastery that stands with any timepiece in the world, regardless of price. The Grand Seiko SPGA211 retails for approximately $6,200 USD. Number 1. Seiko Prospex 1970 Divers Recreation SPB147J1. The watch that sits at the pinnacle of everything Seiko stands for is the Seiko Prospex 1970 Divers Recreation SPB147J1. This is a faithful, meticulous recreation of Seiko's very first professional diver, originally released in 1970 and considered a holy grail by collectors worldwide. The SPB147J1 captures every essential detail of the original: the cushion case shape, the distinctive crown protector, the bold 62 mass-inspired dial layout with its instantly recognizable chapter ring and luminous markers, while updating it for modern wearability with the superb Caliber 6R35 and its 70-hour power reserve. The made-in-Japan construction is evident in every detail. The quality of the finishing, the weight of the case, the precise action of the crown, sapphire crystal, 200 meters of water resistance, and a dial so richly detailed you could study it for hours. This watch is a time machine and a masterpiece simultaneously. The SPB147J1 takes everything that has made Seiko great, its history, its engineering, its artistry, and distills it into a single, perfect package. It earns the top spot not just because of what it is, but because of what it represents. Over 100 years of Japanese watchmaking heritage, compressed into something you can wear on your wrist every single day. The Seiko Prospex 1970 Divers Recreation SPB147J1 retails for approximately $1,000 USD.